Bahamas in a 3
Can
days.
I finish making
I've
my
seen
Can
that
I-
with my own 2 eyes.
Can I make
my
my
go stadium and then
I can't finish my tape.
Alright, talk.
Jeez,
talk.
but even give me greatest yet.
Talk. The team in this competition. She was a true leader and she put the team on her back. To the extent that Theodore Whitmore never ever did. Welcome sports fans, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host Joe Meyer.
I'm Rush.
And this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports topics, discussions and debates on the internet.
Now people, if you've made it this far into the video, it's not very far out, hopefully you've made it. Hit the subscribe button so we're gonna know if you're a real one. And the like
imagine the people them that
don't make it far. Jesus. Ugh. But yeah, if you like the thing, you like the content that we're doing, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and even suggest some content that you want to see us do. Some topics that you want to see us talk about. But this is going to be a good one. Let's talk about the people. We're going to, raise a question and then tackle it. Who is the best Jamaican footballer? Man or woman? Let's talk about it. So we can throw some names. Let's just have a discussion. Obviously on the woman's side, there's just one name to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's Khadija Shaw, right? On the men's side, let's talk about some names. You have some
We're talking about all time or just right now?
all time.
All time.
Jamaican footballer all time.
Yeah, you have many names, people would throw the likes of
Let's stick to five, and then we narrow it down to. I don't know if I'll give one at the end of the video still, but let's do 5 names. Come on, I want to just call 10 names and they will say, any one of them can be the greatest. Let's really get the people to start thinking and maybe call it either.
And also we have to disclaim the fact that we are 24 years old.
Bro, I feel like we're... Alright, so let's do some criteria so that it don't look vague.
So Jamaican football for us kind of started in 1997, 1998 maybe. That's where we really started.
But much didn't happen outside of... You just have to
you
look
would
at
say
greatness.
that, but there be people that would tell us about some names that happened
That we
before.
don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, so impact in the national team and domestic impact also. So, do you think that's fair?
Alright.
Let's do it. So 5. We have Khadija Shaw as 1. I'd say Tappa. Put Tappa in the 5.
Yeah, and Goodison.
Pepe in the 5.
Because you talk about a domestic career and an international career.
Bibi in the 5.
Yeah, Ricardo Gardner for sure.
I have 1.
And then
Luton, bro.
No, I guess Ricardo Fuller.
Ricardo Fuller. Who you have?
Between-
Mwanga Luton still an all-time goal scorer?
Yeah. So
After the
I'd
Shelton.
have to go Luton Shelton. But
So-
like,
It's hard.
domestically, Ricardo Fuller had I'd say a successful English career.
For sure. So that's a 5. No, let's talk about them individually. Let's start with Tappa. I would say the darling of Jamaican football on the field.
Before 2010, people didn't
Before
know.
coaching. Let's just say before coaching because that's poor excuse of a coach.
Man.
But Tappa, impact. Let's talk about the national team first. So, played over 100 caps.
Yeah.
Scored in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Good service to the country.
For sure. As I said, scoring twice in the World Cup. You have to put some respect on him.
No easy feat.
And he was one of the best players in the World Cup qualifying campaign that led us to the World Cup. You know, and even after the World Cup, he continued to play well for us. Eventually, captain the team for a few games. So Theodore Whitmore definitely one of the greats of Jamaican football. I always have my respect. In my opinion, one of the greatest Jamaican football, probably the greatest ever boy, if you ask me.
Yeah. In terms of impact, I wouldn't say his impact lasted very long, but at the peak of his impact, that's probably the greatest.
4 years, like 97 to 2002.
That's probably as great as it gets in terms of contribution to a national team for Jamaica. So we'll have to put that point there. In terms of domestically now, he got his move.
Yeah, he went overseas. He played a couple of seasons and he didn't do badly, But for whatever reason, he didn't have the. Well, as I said, bro, when he really got thrusted onto the main stage was later down in his career. So he didn't necessarily get much of a chance to last that long on the domestic scene internationally.
In England.
He was in his late 20s when we secured World Cup qualification and so on and so forth. So that might be the reason why.
Yeah, so
as compared to the younger ones at that time, like the Goodisons and Gardners who were at the front end of their career, and because of Jamaica's success and their exceptional play that helped us to that success, they got thrust into the international scene and they were able to make long and successful decades worth of international domestic football between them.
True. And you know what? People put some respect on Tappa's name. Obviously, his head coaching gig didn't really work. I wouldn't say it worked out for him. I hope that it didn't spoil his legacy, because Tappa is well respected as a footballer inside Jamaica. As I say, got his move, wasn't special when he got the move. Didn't do as well as some of the other players that got the move. But in terms of impact to on Jamaican football overall, in terms of exposure, all of it.
Yeah.
Tappa is up there.
Let's
move on.
I would say Ian Goodison.
Pepe. Again, playing over 100 caps for Jamaica.
He the most capped Jamaican player, and he played for such a high level. I think it's safe to say our greatest defender of all time.
Greatest defender of all time for Jamaica.
Well, as I said, Ricardo Gardner is in that argument.
Defender.
So if we are going to then say Ian Goodison is the greatest defender of all time, does it then automatically?
No, because I don't think he's greater than Baby Bro.
You don't think Ian Goodison is
greater?
Brother,
Baby played 200 odd games in the Premier League,
I said, I don't care. Ian Goodison played almost 200 games for the country, managing to score his handful of goals and managing to be that rock for us. Although Ricardo Gardner, bro, and captain the Premier League team. Pepe, the height of his career was the League One. Or you said what's in Championship?
Yeah, so I'd give Pepe the edge, but let's talk about Pepe.
Pepe played a lot of games in England, bro.
Yeah, and definitely greatest Jamaican centre back for me, based on what I've read, based on what I've researched, and the impact that I see that Pepe has had on our national team. Pepe is hands down our greatest.
You come and see Ian Goodison play.
So definitely our best centre back. So yeah, Pepe in there for me. Domestically, we talk about national team, most cap.
Yeah, they're playing like almost 400 games for January Rovers, in England's second tier of football for a long part, and the third tier of football for another stretch of it, bro. I just think Ian Goodison, I think.
People, we are putting names out there, and then we're gonna make sure we're on the spot at the end of the video. We'll have a call on name. But we are putting names out there right now, we're making the cases. Obviously, two very good case made a while ago, Tappa and Pepe.
And we'll just throw the girl in there.
Let's throw in Bunny.
To talk about Bunny. People obviously will not make a long-winded debate arguing and giving them biography, speaking about the player. We just talk some things off the top.
That's football, bro. Yeah.
And Bunny doing a France. If I'm not mistaken, people correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm close, if not spot on. 32 goals from 35 games when she was in France, and she got the big transfer to Manchester City. She played injured for the most part, Keep in mind, one of the all-time greatest NCAA footballers.
Scoring more goals than games.
Yeah.
So
when she played in college, she was one of the standout college football players. You get me? And then she made her move to the professional. We heard Marla speak about her move from college to the professional. It was rocky at best. That was not the case for Bunny. She made her move and she became a professional and she got off guns blazing. Bro, we keep forgetting that Khadija Shaw, I think, was born in 1997.
She's 25. She's 25 years old, dude. It's crazy to me.
We forget that. Sometimes we think that she's at the tail end of her career with all that she's managed to achieve. And let's talk about her international prowess. Playing just over 30 games, already scoring over 50 goals.
It's crazy, the leading Jamaican goal scorer, like for a national team. And I don't think anybody will catch her. She's just 25. She have at least probably 8, 9, 10 more years in her foot, bro. This is crazy.
She's going to score 100 goals.
Brother, when it's all said and done.
Especially seeing, and imagine if she had been playing consistently for her national team. Imagine if like when the program was like abandoned, if we were still up and running during that time, playing in CONCACAF competitions and playing friendlies and so on and so forth. Imagine her goal scoring tally had that not been the case.
It's crazy. And I did a little bit of research, bro, and I checked. France and England are two of the best leagues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Women's football league.
France, England.
Bonnie top scored France when she was there. Bonnie made team of the season when she was there. She got her transfer to probably the best, I wouldn't say the best team in the world, because them not win the Champions League. But top 3, Man City women's is top 3 in the world right now.
Them Barca PSG, that's the
she's not
that you want to be in.
She's not a must start right now, but we're playing 17 games overall, scoring I think 9 goals and 6 assists or 13 goals or somewhere around there.
She wasn't very healthy,
bro.
And she's 25 years old.
She's playing at the top of women's football.
Yeah, very typical.
Man, when it's all said and done, if she's not already right now, I think Khadija Shaw will be the greatest Jamaican footballer of all time. 25 years old, already 50 years old.
We're not done the debate yet.
No, may I say, if she's not there right now, she will be.
Ricardo Gardner.
Let's do BB.
Alright. You know, I think Rush is sold that Ricardo Gardner is the greatest reggae boy. And he has a strong case for that, you know. Definitely having the greatest domestic career, you know, definitely probably making the most money out of football. I think Leon Bailey will come and surpass him in that regard. But Ricardo Gardner managing to play 300 and odd games for Bolton, the vast majority of it in the English Premier League, managing to captain the team, you know, scoring 20 goals as a defender.
Crazy,
wicked,
bro.
Insane.
And then when you think about the national team playing over 100, I think 111 games, and chipping in with his goals up, like
starting as a little jubby, as them would have
going into the World Cup as a teenager.
Yep.
Like
straight out of high school.
Man, people no problem.
And he made an astronomical impact in the World Cup, without a doubt. You talk about the young people in the World Cup, you know, Pepe and him, they were young, you know, Donovan Ricketts was there, he didn't necessarily get to make the same impact because obviously he's a goalkeeper. But you talk about that youth that was in the squad at that time, and it was no talking quarter plus 6,
no, they were the best at the time.
23 and 7 bullshit. It was none of the foolishness like that. It was, you know, Ricardo Gardner compete for the left back spot and you get that.
Yeah, and take the spot. Pepe are just one of the best defenders at the time.
Exactly.
You know, man, people can tell how me feel about Pepe Bibi already.
Yeah.
I think is for sure the greatest Jamaican defender of all time. For me, personally. This is all opinions.
And we ever get top artists. We have to give us some of them. We have to give us some of them.
But yeah, people, tell me how you feel about Bibi. I'm making my case.
Last point.
Man, you know, I can't tell what your favorite so far, because we have a strong case for everybody. I don't know who we have his favorite, but who was number 5? Who was
Luton Shelton.
Luton Shelton.
We're bump.
No. Full of the met me list. Sorry. I think it's a good 6 for me. We have only attackers in this. People can say we just love goal scoring and excitement. But
we have 2 defenders.
We have 2 defenders and
attackers.
Fair.
Of course.
Alright.
Midfielders. But that's very indicative of the
Jamaican don't produce great
midfielders. Had
Ravel
been playing with us since he was 19 years old, bro. Ravel would have probably been one of the all-time greatest reggae boy. And he committed to us from them times.
Alright, the Luton Shelton. Leading and the reggae boys, for the reggae boys, the leading goal scorer. Yeah. Also, didn't get to quite as many caps as the other guys that we spoke about. I think if he got to 80, he got to a lot.
Yeah, you know, rest in peace, Luton Shelton. He died very, very young.
Yeah,
you know, he did have injury problems throughout his career as well. You know, he wasn't necessarily always healthy. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, he didn't necessarily get to play as much football as we'd like him to play. But when he did play, a fan favorite. You know, always outstanding, you know, always scoring goals, and he's the most prolific Jamaican footballer of all time.
Yeah.
Jamaican male footballer.
Male footballer of all time. I want to think about even domestically, you know, he played all over Europe, Russia, I think Sweden, all over the place. I think he even played in the championship for Sheffield. So, good domestic footballer. I don't think he's my greatest, but he's in the top 5 for me. Who you think? How many goals? 30? 35?
Let me look exactly, but I think it's 35.
Alright, so the point I want to make now, and the question I'm going to raise. 35 goals, Luton Shelton at the top of the Reggae Boys chart right now. You think that record will ever be broken?
Yeah. But I don't
You can see that right now for the foreseeable future? I don't know if I can see it, bro.
If Clark plays for the Reggae Boys, he's going to score more than 35 goals.
I don't know if more go up on that one day, bro. I'm thinking that was Shamar Nicholson.
Shamar Nicholson
entering his peak right now.
Shamar Nicholson is also a candidate.
Yeah.
I do think Shamar Nicholson has the ability. But Shamar
Nicholson get to 100 caps, I think he will score more than 35 goals. No, remain healthy, stay there. You're about to enter your peak.
I agree.
I think Shamar Nicholson will be challenging for the 35 goals.
It's definitely beatable. And as I said, it's not, an outrageous number. Had we gotten some of the quality players that we've gotten late, like if Mikel Antonio had played for us. Since Anders levels, Mikel Antonio has scored 30, 40 goals for his country. Like, I just know that to be a fact.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? So I do think if we continue our recruitment for the under 20 was pretty, impressive. I'm happy that the GFF brought in the players that they did. Still think there were players that they could have brought in. And if those players make transitions, they'll score. Like Jamar Clark will score goals for the national team, bro.
True.
I'm sure of it. He will score goals for the national team.
Alright. Now it's down to that time. Who is the greatest?
Khadija Shaw. People, I don't even want to drag this out any further. I've been holding on to, the Theodore Whitmores and the Ian Goodisons for a longest time. Luton Shelton is one of my favorite players. People know from a personal standpoint that Donovan Rickett, has a space in my heart, so on and so forth. However, I don't think it is disputable that Khadija Shaw is the greatest reggae girl/boy of all time. At this point, how can you dispute it? She's going to play 2 World Cups.
Here's the case of Megan.
She literally dragged us this World Cup to the World Cup. Our best player, captain. She scores more goals than she plays in games. It's almost a goal and a half.
Alright. Mega challenger. Here's the case of Mega Mink. Alright, one thing we have to consider all things. We consider level of difficulty and the task that she's
Let me stop you right there. People, please note that unlike the men's team, Khadija Shaw has, if I'm not mistaken, 2 top 5 teams in the world in her confederation. Let's just put that out there.
Okay, fine. Again, I will say men's football is more competitive. The men World Cup is more.
A man shall play again?
Listen, man. You have to put in perspective.
A woman is playing against a woman.
Listen, man. Don't conflict the thing. You have to take them in isolation, yes.
All right.
But then you have to compare the situation.
Let's consider what Erling Haaland is doing to men's football, right? Similar to what Khadija Shaw is doing to women's football. Like what Lewandowski does, what Ronaldo does, what Messi does.
The point I'm making is women's football, Khadija Shaw competing in women's football cannot be compared or likened to Bibi competing in men's football. I don't think it can be.
Why not?
Because the level of difficulty is just different. And the teams at the top are heavy. Teams in the middle to the teams at the bottom are not great.
It's the same thing with CONCACAF men's football. What are we talking about?
No.
It is the exact same thing. Look at this final round, like you would have said.
Bro, you see more 10 goals, you see more 6 goals, you see more 8 goals. And that, I'm not taking anything away from Khadija Shaw.
You're not going to see no 6 and a 10 in the final round. Just like you're not going to see no 6 and 10 in the X. We get 5, but just like how Canada give 4 upside in Canada, it happens. It's an anomaly, but it happens.
Fine. And me, I said, those are isolated games, fine. But wouldn't you agree that women's football is less competitive than men's football? The difficulty of the task for a woman and for a man.
No, I don't
I would
agree.
say so.
I disagree fervently with that matter, in fact. I'm not saying the quality of women's football is very high. However, it is women playing against women. And you're talking about the top heaviness. I would say the CONCACAF Confederation, the CONCACAF Confederation, especially for the men, is one of the most top-heavy confederations. In fact, men's football, period, except in CONMEBOL, is top-heavy as hell. When we get to the final round of the CONCACAF Women's, where you have the 8 best teams, besides the anomaly scores where we get 5 from USA. And, you know, we beat Haiti 4-0, which we do see in the men's football as well. The games are generally close. Alright, go through the scores.
No, I'm telling you, for our men's qualifiers, we're not getting no 5 or no 4 region. And if you look, even
we
other teams
literally get 4. In our last game against Canada, we literally get 4. We go play against Panama, and Panama just give it 3 in our home ground easy. Like, we see it happen.
Alright, cool.
So it's not top
How
heavy.
often do you see those results? How often? You don't see them very often. I think you can go through the whole of the qualifiers.
Alright, let's go through the qualifiers before the final round.
No,
Before the octagon.
it is not going to be as crazy as the women's game. And that, I feel like that's my perspective. The women's game, the point I'm making is the women's game is not as competitive as the men's game. So the difficulty of the task, not taking anything away from Khadija Shaw, she's definitely top 5, definitely top 3. But if I'm going to go impact and the difficulty of the challenge that she's faced with, I can't give her the greatest right now. But I think that
absurd.
No, when it's all said and done, I think she will be the greatest.
Absurd.
Just because what?
Then one more she can do to be the greatest, because your point are gonna always stand.
No.
Because when it's all said
How
and
much
done,
have you dominated,
when it's all said and done,
regardless
Khadija
of
Shaw
what it
will
is?
play 100 games. Probably not 100. She probably play 70 games, and she'll score over 100 goals, and the same point will apply.
No, and then
it's just, oh, it's not as competitive. That which is a silly point.
Then,
I might add.
Then at that point it would be too great to even make that point. Right now, I think
that makes no sense, because it's already too great to make that point. 2 World Cups, 50 goals from 30.
For you. But then when you think about a player going to the men's World Cup, scoring 2 goals, playing in 3 games, like I think what Tappa did is way greater than what Khadija Shaw did in the last World Cup, and that is just a fact. You get me? I say just because the challenges are different. Not if she was playing in the men's World Cup, or not if they were playing
as
the
I
women's
said,
World Cup.
before
just women playing against
women.
Before
she secured qualification to this World Cup, then she obviously was on the Theodore Whitmore train. However, after doing this and playing
pure numbers, bro,
outstanding, not even the numbers, she was absolutely outstanding in this competition. She was a true leader, and she put the team on her back to the extent that Theodore Whitmore never ever did. To the extent that no Jamaican player ever did. Because when the Reggae Boys qualified for the World Cup, you know, people would have various opinions on who was the best player on that team. It wasn't like, oh, Tappa was the best player on the team. That was not the case. He might have been. He might not have been. It was never like hard and fast, oh, Theodore Whitmore, the best player on the team who qualified for the World Cup. And Khadija Shaw has been the best player on 2 World Cup teams. And this time she had the out and out best player, probably the best player in the zone, to be fair. And she put the team on her back and she carried them to World Cup, leading all the way. Not to mention the ridiculous stats, not to mention how she destroyed one of the top competitions in the world, which is the French League.
Yeah,
so like
I understand.
I don't think there is, especially after securing this World Cup qualification, there is any debate as to who is the greatest.
I hear you. You don't think there's a debate. I do. Honestly, I think men competition are that much more competitive. It's harder.
So that means she will never ever be there.
Let me make the point. No, you can get to a point where it's just.
But for you. But men's competition will.
Can I make my point, sir? Can I talk? Right, may I speak?
Talk your foolishness, brother.
Okay, let me talk. I think that eventually she can get to a point where the stats and the achievement, albeit in, I think, an easier situation than in men's football, where the case will be so great that you can't even make case for anybody else. That's what I think. I don't think it is there yet, personally. But if you're going to make the case that, oh, men and women's football is competitiveness is anywhere even close, then I think that's ludicrous. But people, let's not jump out the video. The 2 people I can't believe give me my greatest set.
Because I don't.
Can I make my finish
because
making my?
I don't see Jamaica score 12 goals against Bahamas in a 3 days.
Can I finish making?
I've seen that with my own 2 eyes.
Can I make my?
Go stadium and then.
I can't finish my tape.
Alright, talk.
Jeez, but even give me greatest set.
Talk.
The two people I have ahead of Khadija.
2 people
is Tappa and Diddy. For me personally, people, tell me what you think. Again, my case. Level of difficulty. One is more competitive, one is harder. personally, and I'm not trying to say men playing against women or women playing against men. Women playing against women, men playing against men. I feel like the men's game is more competitive and harder to do great things than the women's game. I rest my case. You want to make a case again? What? Are you done?
What?
You want to make a case again?
What more can what more?
We just
I guess she has to qualify for another World Cup.
She's the third greatest Jamaican
So
player of all time.
so she has to qualify for another World Cup.
No, she doesn't.
Playing in the same confederation with the two of the best teams in the world.
She doesn't have to. 4 teams qualify. So it's not. You saying the two great, no? 4 teams qualify. Anyway, you want to make a point again or you done?
Theodore Whitmore, him could have
Go on again.
Him could have gone in the 2002. Like, we couldn't qualify in the 2002.
Qualifying qualifying for. Alright.
Where am win?
Hold on. Qualifying for one men's World Cup. Tell me, liken that to qualifying for a women's World Cup. How many women's World Cup would you have to qualify for? To liken it to one qualification to a men's World Cup. 2 for 1.
And she do it.
2 for 1. And that's we think more than 2 personally. I think
what a
2 women's 2
people cancel rush from this side.
That's nothing to do with misogyny. That's just facts. People tell me.
Rush don't love the women.
I think maybe 3 women's World Cup.
Bono Rush in the comment section.
Listen to me, maybe 3 women's World Cup compared to 1 men's World Cup.
Dog, love and appreciate our women.
I love it. I love the ladies, bro.
Love and appreciate our women.
You see, people, I'm under rock now, so I'm turning to something else. Anyway.
Under rock? What are you talking about?
Anyways.
There is no debate. People, at
25
25-year-old, she's by far and away the best Jamaican
But me just say, when it's all said and done, I'm betting on Khadija Shaw to be the greatest Jamaican player of all time. But right now, me just make a case, she's number 3.
Imagine making a bet and the odds are 1-0 because the betters are ready. You know what?
Make a case again.
Wrap up the video now, bro.
We're done. We're literally done. Anyways, give people the maths, cause you get to eat in the egg, you forget the duties.
People, as I said, if each one of you guys can get me 5 subscribers by the end of the day, not rush. Get Joe Mar from this side that's supposed to be 5 subscribers by the end of the day. Do you know how many subscribers that would get us? Well, I mean me, because we're not doing it for him. Because see my fight against a woman then. You know, so
well, lovely ladies, people, as I said in the last video, but here we are going. But even if you join the discussion, comment under this video, and if it there will be a live chat. So comment in the live chat, who is the greatest Jamaican footballer of all time?
Khadija Shaw.
We need the answer. We're not amazing people. We need the answer.
But the answer has already been given.
I can't done. I'm not done. That's not done the video now. Oh God, people. Now watch for long. Thank you guys. Anyways, it's Inside That Sports TV.
And Khadija Shaw is the greatest reggae person of all time.
Out.